Well, then we come to the powerful verse 20. Here Paul states just what the purpose of the law is and what it is not. First, he says, no one will be righteous. Remember, I use that now. Righteous. I don't say justified anymore. But you can plug justified in if that helps you. No one will be righteous by God as a result of obeying the law. Or in Christianese, no one will be justified by God as a result of obedience to the law. What's the logical conclusion from that? Why do the law? Because, says Paul, the law shows us what sin is. To do the law is to do right. To not do the law is to sin. The law reveals just how high that standard is in order for us, by our own deeds, to achieve heavenly justification. And even that isn't sufficient, because in addition to all else, our underlying attitude as to why we do the law matters. These words, for in his sight no one alive will be considered righteous, this is taken from a Psalm of David, Psalm 143. In verses 1 and 2 we read, Adonai, hear my prayer, listen to my pleas for mercy. In your faithfulness, answer me. In your righteousness, don't bring your servant to trial, since in your sight no one alive would be considered righteous. So you see, 1,000 years before Christ, King David knew that there is no one alive who can be considered righteous based on their works and deeds. Because of our fallen natures, because of our evil inclinations, and the impossible circumstances of this corrupt world all around us, God's standard of righteousness cannot be met by any normal human being. King David had the law of Moses. And he grasped that while obedience to the law was always the right thing to do, the law was not created in order to manufacture self-righteousness. Well, then verses 21 and 22 bring Paul's listeners a solution for what up to now has been the unsolvable problem. Everyone in the world, without exception, is going to be judged. If doing the law will not be enough to forego judgment, and if sincerely trying to live a good and moral life won't be enough to forego judgment, then what hope does anybody have? Paul's answer? There is only one hope. And it is expressed in only one way. And that way does not come from doing the Torah, and yet it is in full conformance to the Torah. And that way is we must be righteous by God. And we will be righteous, justified, if we trust Messiah Yeshua.